This thing's sat in the barn, they said, for 18 years. I believe it's sitting there for longer. But you can definitely see these things are absolute trash. I mean, look. Just toast. And these tie rod ends are complete garbage. I mean, but I've got these, this side's already unbolted, tie rods off. I don't know how people would do it. I mean, that's how I'm doing it. And I'm gonna take this sway bar off. It definitely needs help. I'm not going to replace the sway bar. I'm simply just going to take it off and, you know, knock it down with a wire wheel, and I'm going to repaint it. That's literally all I'm going to do with it. I got brand new brackets, brand new bushings, brand new tie rod ends, new bushings for that. I'm going to replace those things. That's the only things that, honestly, I think needs to be replaced. Honestly. But this thing it's not pretty by any means. But just about anything under here is really not pretty. I mean, you can look at it. I mean, it's not terrible. I got a new steering rack, of course. You can see how pretty the steering rack is. It's pretty well trashed, too. Obviously, seals are shot in it. It's leaking everywhere. So I got a brand new steering rack. I'm assuming this thing is going to, as soon as I unbolt the I can't think of what it's called now. Well, as soon as I unbolt these, this arm's just gonna flop down, and it should be stiff. My new one is literally laying right over there. And you can see that thing's holding itself up, and it's just laying on the floor. But I don't have a lift or anything. I'm literally on jack stands, and I built these little car cribs. These things are pretty cool. Gets the car pretty good ways off the ground. But I mean, I guess you could just keep going, but I'm not going to do that. And another thing, I don't know if you can see these super awesome engine mounts, motor mounts. This is actually is good compared to what they actually look like on the other side. So I showed you my bushings. I'm picking this apart, and I'm just literally pulling pieces of it off. See? And that is way worse. If it could get any worse, it did, and it's on those motor mounts. The motor is great. I have no issues with the motor. But well, I say that. I mean, I haven't really taken it out and gotten to drive it that much, because in all honesty, I just didn't trust it. I didn't trust a lot of stuff. I don't trust the brakes. Brakes are, well, look at the brakes. I mean, we're talking 18 years it's set in a barn. It didn't run. It didn't get started. It didn't get moved. The bizarre part about it is the fenders and the wheel wells actually don't look bad. Everything else is actually looks pretty decent. Of course, this is the H pipe I had on it when I sewed it. H pipes are kind of I mean, I didn't weld that bracket, that pipe, that crossover pipe. I didn't do that. That's the guy who had it after I sewed it. That's his handy dandy welding work. I would have never let that go. But the pipe was a complete, total rusted out bulk, and when I found out H pipes are kind of hard to come by anymore, I went ahead and scuffed it down to the bare metal, and I recoated it, and I put the sealer on it to try to protect it. It's actually doing quite well. And of course, I got, you can see my headers on there. And new water pump and stuff on there. I'm just trying to get the basics on this thing. Just, you know, trying to get this stuff working. But one of these pet peeves of mine was this. I'm trying to get these bushings off of here. Because these are the parts I have right now. So I got the bushings to replace, the brackets. I have those parts. Those parts are pretty cheap. I have a steering rack. That's going to take me a little bit longer to get off of there. It wouldn't be near the problem if I had an actual lift to get this car off the ground so I can actually just walk under it. But doing it this way, well, you know, this isn't any fun whatsoever. But I am making progress with it. You know, when I got the car, it didn't even have a fuel tank, fuel lines, fuel system. It hadn't had crap in it. It didn't run. Didn't have a radiator or anything in it. And I wish I'd filmed that. I took pictures of everything. But I've put a new fan on it. New 3-core radiator. This is actually the original shroud that came with it. I just scuffed it all down and repainted it and sealed it. And then I put a new water pump on it. It's got a new alternator on it. New hoses, of course, on it. Changed the oil. You know, lots of things I've, you know, working on it little bit by little bit. Of course, now I'll get videos of all that, but I'm going to take the heater tube, little tube that comes from the motor, goes under the back of the fuel rail on the back side of the intake, and it has the little hoses that connects to the heater core. Well, when I got that Cobra intake when I was like 18, I cut that tube because Cobra intakes don't have an EGR plate, so they don't need that hose on there or anything. So I found the Cobra heater tube on LMR, and I bought that, and now I've got to take that stuff back off there and put that on there. But that's a step forward, you know. But like I said, I'm laying underneath the car, and I'm having a heck of a time getting this side. Actually wasn't too bad, pretty simple. This side, however, is just fighting me. That won't come off. I got some penetrating oil on it. And then this bracket, you can see it's bent. So it is a nuisance to try to get to that bolt. So I'm probably going to have to hit this thing from the upper part of the motor and try to work my way down. But yeah, you can see it. It's completely bent so much. And this isn't any of the stuff I've done. You can see this whole pushing. I don't know if I can get in there or not. See how this thing's pushed out? Look at that. I mean, it's crazy. I don't even know what to tell you right there. This thing is unbelievable. So, but I mean, it's getting there. That's all I can say. I'm getting it a little bit by little bit. You know, trying to fix the things that are just thrown at me piece by piece. But as I get to it, I'll try to get as many videos up. This isn't overly complicated. I mean, you're literally unbolting the tie rod, and then these bolts, of course. I mean, it's not hard to get them off. It's just this bracket is bent, and it's over that bolt, and I can't get my socket to I mean, like, it's bent forward, and I can't even beat the thing back because it's too tight right here, between right in there, and I I can't get the hammer in there to get any kind of leverage. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to get that off there. Of course, I could go up and then go over, but that in itself is an issue because getting down to the top of it is a challenge for me at this point. And I don't have a power ratchet or anything. That's one thing I'll tell you right now. If I was going to go buy me another tool, I'd buy me an actual power ratchet. Because right now I'm using just an impact, and that impact can't get in there. It could get up, a ratchet could get up in here, and you could get that thing right off of there with the ratchet. Of course, you'd have to put something underneath of there, and I'm not even sure if you can fit it in there. It's bent right over on top of that bolt. This bracket is bent. It's pushed over the top of over this. So I don't even know if you can get an actual. I guess I could put a pair of vice grips on there and try to just do it that way. Either way, I'm gonna get it off there, and I'll show you guys what it looks like when I get the whole thing off. All right.